Are Lake Mead water levels dropping because California keeps shutting down power plants? No. Now, I know this might seem like an obvious connection. And believe me, California shutting down perfectly good power stations is a whole nother issue. But that extra demand for long-term power can't be transferred to Hoover Dam for a very simple reason. There's nowhere for that extra water to go. Water can leave Lake Mead in one of three ways. It can just evaporate out into the atmosphere, and this happens a lot more than you might think. It can be pumped out to be used in the city of Las Vegas, and this is actually far less than you would think. But the vast majority of water leaving Lake Mead comes through right here at Hoover Dam, specifically these two power stations. Now, after running through the generators, that water only has one place to go, downstream, where it is immediately captured by the next structure in the chain, Davis Dam. Now, this dam is not tiny, but it's way smaller than Hoover upstream, and the storage capacity in the reservoir is a small fraction of Lake Mead, which means that if Hoover Dam was taking extra water for power generation, it would end up here and eventually have to be sent downstream again. Next in the chain, we have Lake Havasu and the often overlooked Parker Dam. This is where the Colorado River Aqueduct heads to Los Angeles, and the Central Arizona Project heads to Phoenix. Next, we have the cropland around Blythe and Palo Verde, before we approach the Mexican border to the granddaddy of all Western irrigation canals. This is the All-American Canal, by far the largest freshwater conveyance system on the planet. And after this diversion, the Colorado River is just a trickle. The farms south of the border are entitled to an additional 1.5 million acre-feet, and so there's practically nothing left of the Colorado River by the time it gets to the ocean. This conversation about power versus water is inherently flawed, because they are totally linked together. If you send more water downstream for irrigation, it generates power along the way. Likewise, if you take more water for power generation, it ends up getting used somewhere. None of it is wasted. And the simple answer to where's the water going in Lake Mead? More of it's being let out than is coming in.